Should go live. Twitch is live. Yes. Okay, Twitch is live. Right. Awesome. Okay. I'm still trying to get used to this, honestly. Oh wait, is it? No. It fits perfectly. Fine. I think. Yeah, it should fit perfectly fine. Okay, go back to that scene. And I should be live on YouTube right now. Yes, I am. Okay, alright. And multi-stream has it's a little weird, isn't it? Okay, first things first. About the YouTube chat, I don't know what happens. It doesn't show up. I don't know why. It was working perfectly fine yesterday, but today it doesn't. For some reason. As you can see, I can type anything on chats and it's not going to show up. Oh, never mind, now it shows up. Okay, I don't know. I don't know, it wasn't working before, but now it works, and I think YouTube just fucking hates me or something. It works on Twitch, right? Yeah, now it works on Twitch too. Okay, alright. You know what? Never mind. I'm stupid. YouTube hates me, whatever. It's working perfectly fine for now. So, oh man. Girls Frontline. It has been 8 years. 8 years since this game first launched on global. And also 7 years since I started playing this game. Dude, I was just in high school when I started playing Girls Frontline. And now look at me. Fucking old hag. Water. Today's plan is to start reading the story. I plan to finish the story in 2 streams. Hopefully I will manage to go halfway through just today. As you can see, I have already cleared some stages here just to save some time for the stream, because as you can see, I still have like 5 days until the event ends, and besides that, I still also need to read GFL2's anti-parallel event story, which I haven't done that yet either. So the chronogram is a little tight, but hopefully I can do it. So without much delays, Quantum Fluctuation, chapter 15.9, the last chapter of Girls Frontline. Oh my god, I can barely believe it. Sadly, this will have to be a voiceover stream. Okay, so bear with me. Oh, I almost forgot to set up. I thought so much about this chat, I almost forgot to set up my chat window view thing. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to read anything. This is... And then... for the Twitch chat, go here, and I go here. 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 Never mind. This is so stupid. I fucking hate Twitch. You know what? Weeball. Weeball. Is not that big of an issue. wait. Oh, I know why it doesn't work, I think. Go here. Nothing fell, don't mind about it, don't worry about it. I'm sorry for taking so long. It's just I'm still really not used to the multi-streaming yet. There's some nitpicky things about it that it's a while to get used to. Like it's so finicky. Like if you do something, then other thing might not work. It is just these little details that I need to get used to. Alright. Okay. This here. And this. Alright, sorry for the delay. All the lights in the sky are stars. Well, I can't read that, can I? I awaken upon an invisible mirror. The reflections are layered within it. Do not show my face, only overlapping shadows. The trailing gown that drags along the ground in the garden of the girl named Lunasia. The handguard gleaming in the rain, held by the tactical doll named M4A1. The currents of neural pathways reborn from rust, belonging to the mastermind named Lunasia. More and more. They come like tides, surging again and again, then receding, pushing me back to the origin. I am Lunasia. I am also M4A1. Or perhaps I am none of them. I am simply myself. Ah, so this is what you've been trying to tell me? Dandelion? Nothing but an ordinary human. Where are we? How did we get here? I remember we were in the interrogation room on board the Elmo. Was it William's doing? Like you, I know nothing about our current situation. I help this person sit up. In the darkness, that familiar yet unfamiliar face rises and falls within my memory. Ordinary. Ordinary. What an utterly ordinary person. How long have we been here? Maybe a week, maybe a decade. Is this really the time for stupid jokes? Ordinary looks, ordinary physique. Even their personality is so plain and unremarkable. Hey. You just don't get the charm yet, Lunisha. You just don't get the charm. The man, the unremarkable man that you're talking about right now, he is the most desired guy among T-dolls, okay? You just come to understand this over time, okay? Don't judge him so quickly, alright? It's too quick. You're judging him too quickly. There is nothing about them that stirs even the slightest interest. You woke up before me? Yes. Did you see our abductors? I don't know who abducted us. All I know is that the last time this door opened, it was a handful of scientists working under me. William, what did they do? They took me to the lab. After that, I don't know. Only one thing. This one thing alone sets them apart from everyone else. The wound is here. Even in the darkness, their burning gaze still pierces forth from those eyes. Wanna see? This person's eyes shine as brightly as stars. I cannot understand how such a pair of eyes could come to being in a world filled with life, frail, and decay. No. I need to get you out of here and give you a checkup. Just as I expected. They don't show the slightest reaction to my teasing. Even though they seem like such a warm and humorous person in my memory. Being contacted the dolls? No. The signal is completely jammed here. The commander gets off the bed, walks over to the door, and gives it a few light taps to get a feel of its thickness. For some reason, these behaviors make them seem endearly childlike. See, you're starting to get it now. Lunage, you're starting to get it, okay? It's an advancement right now. We're making some progress. Concealed tight through this crack. Why is that? You're right. We can use it to escape. Why is that someone so ordinary can abstract little Bill again and again? Let me try. Why is it that someone so ordinary can stand at the center of so many whirlpools, yet remain untouched and unwavering? Oh. Are you okay? Why? Commander, just run. Leave me. Why is that someone so ordinary can influence my memories, my actions, even my thoughts and emotions? Get on. want to know the answer. Huh. Interesting. So when she met the commander, she... Now, I was about to say she didn't have the obsession that she presented. That's what I was going to say, but I think it is there because of the memories, right? Both of... I think especially M4A1's memories of the commander. It's what gave fruit to this, or should I say, this influence over her emotions, her emotions, her actions, and what I just said, thoughts. But it is interesting to get a more in-depth perspective from her point of view. Get an insight about her thoughts. Because Lunasia has a way that so far, to me at least, have been quite a... should I say? A difficult to read character, if you know what I mean. Like, I was never really entirely sure what exactly she wanted. Right? Or why she wanted to do the things that she did. Even though she explained to me, I always felt like she's one of those persons that is difficult to read. It's difficult to know the orientations, or at least I wasn't able to really understand it, or even believe that the reasons that she was giving was legitimate or not. But I guess it makes sense considering that she has the memories of 3 different people inside her head. So, have you found your answer? The commander is a brave soul. That's all they are. Different worlds, there are different endings. Like everyone else, they cannot escape death most of the time. Perhaps they were meant to become a hero, but this world has no need for heroes, and this era has no place for heroes. I have a simpler word. Idealist. The commander, Anje, and countless others like them. What are you trying to say? The power of a goddess does not entail omnipotence. The world still belongs to them. So now you're M4. The M4 that 16 has been searching for all the while. The M4 once promised to return. Yes, the M4 who has returned to put an end to everything. It's me. The commander looks at the girl before them. The sharp, thorn-like wariness they have been feeling dissipates in an instant, as though blown away by the wind. They recall the first time M4 took control of this body. How STAR-15 recognized her right away. This is what she must have felt. I don't understand. Can't make sense of what you and she told me. Exactly was the bet between the two of you. Whether I can reach this place, whether I can bring myself to kill you, or whether I will give up. The final stone that forms the line for you in this game of Gomoku. That isn't important, Commander. What matters is whether you can accept the outcome. I can't. The Commander's answer comes without the slightest hesitation. I've missed you than before. The rest of AR team has missed you too. We didn't come here for personal feelings. We came for our mission. Even you cannot stop me. Lunasia closes her eyes, a calm smile on her face. I know. Is that also within the possibilities you foresaw? I didn't need to foresee it, Commander. You are my commander, and I am your M4A1. Wouldn't be standing here in this moment if I didn't know you so well. I know I cannot stop you. No matter what reason or excuse I give, I cannot break your resolve. However, her expression turns somber in an instant. You have the resolve to pay the price. The price? Feeling William exacts a tremendous price. Even so, will you still go ahead without hesitation? Of course. The commander answers without the slightest pause. I understand. Lunasia slowly walks closer. She rises onto her toes, cupping the commander's face in her hands. Those eyes, not truly her own, look directly onto theirs. Within them, the commander sees many things. I will help you complete this mission, but you must do as I say. I don't understand. It's right in sight. All you have to do is step aside and let me through. I can end everything. No. Lunasia's gaze is unwavering. You don't understand. This is not the way to solve the problem. I promise you, your wish will come true. It's not now. The commander does not want to accept such an absurd request. Be it Lunasia or the being before them now who calls herself N4A1. Neither are the person they once were. Even though it's beyond the commander's comprehension and imagination, they must accept the fact that they are no longer ordinary entities. This were Lunasia's request, would probably ignore it. But I trust you. M4. Hearing this, the girl's smile deepens. It is now bright and radiant, just like in their memories. Thank you, Commander. What do I need to do? It's simple. Lunasia already told you just now. M4 lets go of the commander's face and slowly steps back. First, you must witness Lunasia's death. Huh. Interesting. You know what? I'm very glad that we are getting more information about this interaction between the commander and Lunasia, because I felt like by the end of chapter 15, what was the name of the chapter? I can't forget it. I can't remember. But the first time we see the interaction, I did felt like it was very abrupt, you know? Like, one moment we have the commander talking with Lunasia / M4, and then the next one, the bombs already fell all over Frankfurt, right? And then the whole chapter just ends, and I did felt like it was very abrupt. So I'm glad that right now we're getting more information of this, a deeper perspective about it. Oh, Xavier, New World, fuck. New World. Go. Redacted, 2064, at a hotel in the White Zone of Frankfurt. All kinds of advanced medical equipment are brought into the hotel's luxury suites. The doctors who enter with the equipment conduct a true series of examinations on the commander. Throughout the entire process, a tall agent stands guard at the door, never leaving his post. Strange. The wound on your left shoulder is very recent. What happened? I reopened it by accident while moving my body. I treated myself. It's nothing serious. When the doctor asks about the injuries inflicted by the needles, the agent lowers his head and presses a finger to his earpiece, as if reporting something. The commander cannot hear what is being said. I must remind you, strenuous activity is absolutely forbidden in your current condition. Your wounds require rest. Also, your blood pressure and certain transaminase levels, I don't know how to pronounce that fucking word, are slightly elevated, likely due to fatigue. The commander nods silently. During the rest of the examination, both the commander and the doctors speak very little. All that can be heard is the quiet hum of medical instruments. There are no other issues. Please make sure you get proper rest. At last, after the long examination concludes, the doctors pack up their equipment and leave in an orderly manner. The agents at the door conduct a final inspection of the room, checking even beneath the bed and behind them. Satisfied that nothing seems to be out of the ordinary, he closes the door behind him. So this is definitely right before the Nito doll attack, right? In the hotel room, right after the commander has his conversation, his lovely conversation, very friendly, with William. And then he got saved by the fighting. Which means someone might be here. One of their members, probably AK-12. Since she is able to get invisible thanks to her Deus frame. The suite finally grows still. The commander exhales, leans back on the sofa, and closes their eyes. At that moment, a tablet on the desk lights up. Oh, never mind, doesn't seem like there's any DeFi member inside here. Our commander is truly a VIP, staying in the most luxurious residential suite in all of Frankfurt, with full medical services to boot. Did you notice the doctors? There's even a current professor from Karolinska Institutet among them. Thanks to such capable doctors, my injuries were probably noticed. We need to accelerate our preparations. Things are progressing smoothly so far. Not long ago, your dear logistics officer successfully rendezvoused with 404 and M16. Have them maintain radio silence and await further instructions for now. Uh-oh. Just then, the doorbell rings again, in a most untimely fashion. Who is it? The tablet goes dark the instant the doorbell rings. The lion's presence and all traces of her intrusion are erased in an instant. The commander walks to the door and activates the intercom. Open this door, Commander. I came all this way just to see you. Through the peephole camera, they can see Javier. Oh, fuck! I should have went with the old man's voice, man. Fuck. Standing alone outside, the stationary agent is nowhere in sight. The commander opens the door and lets him in. How is it? Comfortable staying here? If anything's not to your liking, we have prepared other hotels. No need. This is fine. I heard from the doctors that your injury is taking a while to heal. Take care of yourself, Commander. You're now a hero of all Frankfurt. It's nothing major. Thank you for your concern. I hope you don't take offense at being forcibly brought back to the hotel. It was both at the Earl's request and for your safety. Mr. Javier, you must have something more important to discuss if you came all this way. Javier walks to the sofa and sits down, as if considering how to begin. Regarding your Gold Star medal, the Earl would like to award it to you in a more formal setting, in the company of other recipients. The commander lets out a chuckle and says nothing more. I know it's asking a lot from you, but I believe you're perfectly aware. None of your actions will succeed without the Earl's support. Individuals cannot resist the tide of history. For your own sake, and for those around you, I hope you think carefully about what to do. Javier could have conveyed this unpleasant message over a call. This could have been an email. This could have been an email moment. The fact that he has come in person is meant to show sincerity. And yet, the commander remains silent, their gaze still fixed on the wide zone streets outside the window. I have only had that Glenlivet once before. It was when IOP and the Griffin established their partnership under the Euro's arrangements. You understand why the Euro has the bottle placed right here, don't you? Outside, the streets are immaculate. Artificial clouds drift leisurely across a holographic blue sky. This is the underground White Zone, home to Frankfurt's political and business elites, as well as dignitaries from various nations. Like the devastated surface still awaiting reconstruction, this place remains pristine, barely touched by the war. Mr. Javier, I'm very grateful for the 12 hours you both bought me. I'm afraid you don't know what I don't know what you're referring to, Commander, so I can accept your gratitude. However, the young often have different ideas and beliefs than the older generation, especially in times of change. Using his cane, Javier pushes himself to his feet. I hope we will get to sit and talk like this again, Commander. About anything. So do I. Luckily for him, though, he's definitely going to have a talk with the commander in the future. He's definitely going to, but I don't think it's going to be very pleasant. And it's not going to be very long either. The commander falls into a long silence after Javier leaves. These days, they find themselves in an unusual position, where they are unable to move freely as they once did. And such a position is well suited for thinking. Quiet, effective thinking. Oh my, don't tell me that old goat actually got to you. The tablet lights up. The commander ignores Dandelion's teasing, continuing to mentally map out their next steps. Dandelion, give me an update of the progress of the infiltration. Okay, so I know it has ramifications, and the way that I plan to go about it is trying to follow the order by which the stages appeared. And from what I have noticed, these ones that ends in dead ends were the first ones to appear before the ones that continue the timeline followed. So, past the infinite darkness. Go. The encrypted channel chimes flatly. I almost said fatly. Commander, incoming comms request from the Euro. The commander falls silent for a moment, as if keeping their emotions in check. Patch it through. They straighten their uniform. The fatigue on their face is replaced by their usual composure. Turning to the terminal, a figure appears on the screen. Familiar yet somehow distant. Sir, do you have instructions? Allow me to congratulate you, Commander. You have brought honor to yourself and J.A. Ken in Frankfurt. Yo's voice is as steady as ever, betraying nothing. Thank you. Are there any details regarding the mission that I should be aware of? The commander emphasizes the words details. They are perfectly aware that the Earl would never call simply out of courtesy. Your mission is over, Commander. What more is there to know? Once you return to Berlin, perhaps we can share a drink with Kruger. Is that so? But I don't think it's over. The mastermind, Carter, is dead. How could it not be over? Oh no. The commander slams their palm onto the console. Their screen flickers from the impact. The abrupt motion cuts the Earl off mid-sentence. Exactly what I mean, Earl. As long as Paradise and William is still alive, this is not over. But you have done your part, Commander. The Earl's tone hardens. Leave the rest to me. What will you do? Absorb Paradise? Recruit William? Whitewash everything he's done and pretend none of it happened? Watch your words, Commander. The Earl's brow finally furrows. I can tolerate your emotional outbursts for now, but I would walk to the battlefields long before your military career even began. You haven't seen one in far too long. You no longer see the sacrifices on the battlefield. The commander's voice rises sharply, thick with the weight of blood and fire. The ones who died because of the Yasuo boxes, the ones used as test subjects by Paradise. Did they ever exist in your eyes? They nothing but necessary sacrifices to you. William's life is worth more than all of theirs, isn't it? The URNC is about to be formed. Oberstein and Carter will take the blame for everything. This is the greatest consolation we can offer the parents. Would you ignite war in the coming age of peace? Commander. That won't argue as eloquently as you do. Commander's voice turns ice cold. Peace speak of is built on lies and corpses, collapsing castle in the air. I will not accept that. Neither will the dead of Frankfurt. Enough. For the first time, anger surfaces in the Earl's expression. Commander, you are too young. So young, you think yourself invincible. So young, you forget who gave you the might to speak with such self-assurance. Maybe young, but I've never forgotten what I am fighting for. The commander straightens slowly, meeting the Earl's gaze without flinching. I am willing to fight and even give my life without hesitation. Perdius and William must face retribution for what they have done. There can be no compromise. Kruger indulgence has made you forget your place. It's time we're reminded how the world works. The screen goes dark. The call is cut. The commander releases their grip on the deformed sofa armrest and rubs their throbbing temples. Just them. Snap. The Almo's main power cuts out instantly. The emergency light flickers twice and die. In a heartbeat, absolute darkness and silence engulf the command room. Commander, the power systems are completely offline. Auxiliary power is locked by remote authority. We have lost control of the vehicle. Anything else? Every T-doll manufactured by IOP has been forcibly shut down. I can't reach any of them. Get me heavier. And send a general call, assemble. Assemble everyone we can still reach in the ops room. A holographic projection on the communicator flickers to life. Javier appears, his expression wary. Commander, I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. So you know what's happened. The Nidhogg protocol, has Kruger mentioned it to you? The what? The ultimate failsafe within the IOP JAK framework. Once activated, all cooperation between IOP and JAK will cease. This protocol will shut down all IOP mate dolls. It will forcibly revoke your command authority. So, it's been activated. Not a question, just a statement. Javier sighs. Technically, I should have been the one to execute it. I tried to contact you right after your call with the Earl. But the Earl beat you to it and gave the order himself. Looks like I have properly pissed him off. The silence on the other end of the line is answer enough. I just hope you cool your heads, Commander. I've watched you come this far, and I know how hard-won your achievements are. Considering the current situation, going back to the new Soviet Union may be the best move. Even if I have nothing left, I'll never give up the hunt for William. Someone has to do it. Right now, that someone is me. I don't want you doing anything foolhardily, especially when I can't help you. However, I can see that nothing I say would change your mind. just as nothing will change the Earls. Take care, Commander. Only a handful of figures remain inside the object. On board the Elmo, illuminated by the dim lights of the systems that have been rebooted by bypassing remote control access. Quad 404, Task Force D5, Quad Hume, AR team. Not even 20 dolls. That's all that's left of the Elmo fighting force. Commander, all the dolls that can be contacted are gathered here. The commander nods, their gaze sweeping over each familiar face calmly. The Earl has locked down all IOP dolls and systems. Javier suggests I return to the new Soviet Union, or talk things over with the Earl, to turn things around. Moonlight spills through the viewport, casting cold shadows across the commander's face. Their eyes burn with the resolve to see things through, to the end. We have lost all support. We stand against the entire world, against the outcome that's already been decided. But I'm not going back. I will find William and eradicate Paradise. Commander draws the Makarov that Nelly had returned, chambers a round with a sharp click, and holsters it. No matter the cost, no matter the future, I'm doing this for those they have butchered. Even if it's a one-way trip to hell, I won't turn back. Silence. Then, the dolls answer the commander's declaration, with resolve in their eyes. The AR team will always fight at your sides, even in hell. I promised 15 we would crush Paradise. Gave us a seat on that ride. Can't let you run off to hell with your unsettled debts. So count us in too. Whatever your decision is, we stand with you. I said I would bear witness to your ending, so I will watch you as you journey to hell. You lot. This might be my last mission. Oh, don't worry, Commander, it isn't. It isn't. You still have a whole 10 years ahead of you. And who knows how many more beyond that. And even if we win, there won't be any real victors. We must make sure the operation plan is watertight. Hell's already pretty overpopulated. Let's send them ahead. Watching the dolls discuss how they should proceed, the commander knows what this signifies. Trust, and a vow to live and die together. Near the Stasi headquarters. Commander, Stick's signals disappeared in the white zone. With the Stasi headquarters. I suspect she's gone underground. Commander, the underground is part of the white zone. The Stasi intelligence servers are located below the surface. AK-12 has been there. 45 and 9. Handle the access. No problem, but IU needs to manually maintain the breach as the system requires real-time authentication. We'll have to stay topside where the signal is stable while you infiltrate the building. Under UMP-45's interference, the Stasi security collapses momentarily and the doors open. With a nod, the commander leads the team into the elevator. I'm counting on you for the rest of the operation. Catch you later. UMP-9 rushes forward and gives the commander a bear hug. Oh, she's so cute. Before running back to join UMP-45. God fucking damn it, Lena is so cute. Lena is just adorable, isn't she? She's just the sweetest, one of the sweetest dolls around we have. Stay safe, Commander. I don't know how to impersonate her voice. She has a slightly nasal, I think. No, I don't even think it's nasal. It's like, how do I explain? Her voice seems to come out from much above than mine does. Like, see you later, Command. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. We have done plenty of leg work for you, Commander. What's one more thing? The heavy metal doors slowly close, leaving the UMP sisters on the other side. Now then, Harry gets to work. No one's to miss the final showdown. You bet. You bet. I can't. I don't know how to do it. Sorry. Sorry for being just sorry for being a young, sensible man with a limited voice range. White Zone. Stasi Data Center sector. Commander. What is it? This is the Beasting Systems data center. The commander stares blankly at the countless servers around them, unable to grasp it at first. Beasting? This is the server hub for the Beasting system. That certainly explains a lot of things. In an instant, countless clues come together inside the commander's head, forming into a cold, harsh truth. So that's it. Stasi has been working with Paradise all along. No wonder their intel on Paradise was so accurate. Which means it sticks. Oh? Looking for me, Commander? Metal spikes erupt from behind a column and come hurtling towards the commander's group. STAR-15 raises her weapon and shoots down all the incoming projectiles, with more metal spikes coming flying straight towards the commander from the pillar on the opposite end. AK-15 steps forward and intercepts all the metal spikes with her bare hands. They don't leave even left a scratch on her. Show yourself. Oh, you really are the ace of Task Force D5. Impressive. Styx slowly steps out from the shadows behind the pillar, followed by several black and white Nitos. She idly toys with the strange shimmering whip in her hand. Commander, didn't expect you to actually come. However, Father has more important matters to attend to. He has no time to entertain an uninvited guest. You all, go. No, that want to do. George 11, who has been tense until now, somehow regains her composure. The usual drowsiness in her eyes is gone, replaced by an uncharacteristically cold edge. Wait. That is uncommon. It is uncommon for the sleeper people to start getting serious. If she's guarding this place, then there must be someone even stronger further below. At least, I won't call Demora though. She's definitely stronger than her. You're the strongest among us. It's way too early for you to clock out. I will stay behind. George 11. When that idiot 416 gets back, I'm going to give her an earful. Sleeper people is gonna get serious. It's before them. I need to do something that will make even her impressed. Besides, the first villain to show up is usually the weakest one, right? You think you can stop me? The eerie weep slices through the air with a sharp crack, leashing straight towards George 11. But what counters it is a violent barrage from STAR-15. Fine, I will stay too. I'm ruining my badass moments. I'm sorry, sleeper people. Leave this to us, Commander. Right, I'm counting on you. STAR-15 steps forward, standing shoulder to shoulder with GR-11. Whatever. Let's make this quick, okay? The sooner we are done, the sooner I can catch a break. Click. STAR-15 swaps magazines with crisp efficiency. Of course. Deeper within the white zone. Just don't worry, Commander. George 11 and STAR-15 are both Griffin elites. Mere needles won't be enough to overwhelm them. The Commander nodded. The plan had already accounted for Paradil's interference, but the early appearance of someone like Styx means the enemies ahead will be even more formidable. In addition, we just intercepted a piece of key intel. All the final steps of Project Valkyrie. The final step. A surgery. The final surgery. Everything they need now is in place. Commander, UMP-45 and UMP-9's operation has encountered resistance. They may need more time. Understood. Patch there comes directly into my channel. Deep within the white zone, a narrow corridor stretches into the darkness. There are no forks, only a sealed metal door at the far end. Before she can finish, darkness suddenly falls. Electronic warfare. All units, defensive measures. Finally a guest. AK-12 already clocked, intercepts Bramed's electronic attack and instantly drives her blades towards her. With infrared vision, AN-94's gunfire has already locked onto the target. Bramed leaps back, evading the barrage, retreating to the standard needles lying in ambush near the door. Looks like it's our turn to shine. Commander, give this to me and 94. Keep our commander safe. AK-15 nods, her gaze unwavering. AK-12 lightly fist bumps AK-15's chest armor, as a wordless farewell. Bramed does not stop them. She simply watches as the commander's group advances down the corridor ahead. Bramed, see more plaint than the rumors suggest. Probably would try to interfere. Please understand AK-15. Opportunities to have some fun with DeFi alone won't come often. Can't interfere. Why would I do something so gentle? Bramed stretches, then licks her lips. I would really like AK-15 to see the way you kill yourselves later. AK-12's eyes snap open. Oh, that sounds more like what I have heard. In that case, hope we can't last long enough for this to be fun. Beyond the shattered doors, the battlefield expands into a massive laboratory. Commander, according to intel, the final surgery of Project Valkyrie is taking place here. But it seems Styx and Bramed aren't the only ones present. A familiar figure descends from above. Oh, hello, bitch. Meet again, Commander. As she makes her entrance, a wave of black and white needles come pouring in from every corridor. Despair tightens around the throats of the small and hopelessly outnumbered squad. Isn't your party a bit too small? What? Have the Great Griffin already disbanded? The commander's expression does not change. Their gaze doesn't even linger on Mordor. It passes straight through her, blocking onto the deeper corridor behind her. The man is down there. Mordor thinks she understands this Griffin commander, hailed as a hero. Brave, composed, kind. Every positive adjective can be used to describe them, just like Angelia. But the commander has changed. Those eyes are filled with raw, unmasked hatred and murderous rage. You done? The commander speaks quietly, but the words chill even a veteran like Mordor. Go. The moment the command is given, AK-15 launches forwards like a shell. Her punch crashes down like a battery cell. Moridol barely manages to block the attack with her mechanical claws. AK-15 pivots instantly, her kick slamming into Moridol, whose mechanical claws are just a little too slow to deflect it properly. Even though the kick does not land with full force, it's enough to send her flying. Oh yeah, AK-15 has always been a beast. Boy Masters is always an impressive dog to see in action. AK-15 glances back at the commander, awaiting their order. Kill her. Understood. Just as AK-15 locks onto the target, whoosh. A flash of white moves faster than sound, lunging from the shadows towards the commander like a phantom, only to be driven back by a roaring shotgun blast. Paradise rats. Think you can strike now that AK-15 is occupied? You really don't take me seriously enough. Is now the time to make our entrance, Commander? All yours. Stevens M520, AR-18. Send that scurrying white rat to hell. Roger that. Roll. Stop. Clear the path forward. Yes, Commander. No problem. I've been itching to tear them apart. Oh man, it's going to be so cool when SOP finally arrives on Girls Frontline 2 Global. The sound of gunfire, explosions, and tearing metal weave together like into a chaotic cacophony as the laboratory becomes a merciless grinder. At first, the dolls manage to hold the line with their excellent performance on the battlefield. But the overwhelming numbers cannot be overcome by skill alone. One by one, they're wounded. One by one, they fall. Each pushes their frame and neural clouds to the limit. Yet, there's seemingly no end to the waves of incoming enemies. A black Nito slips through the strikes and strikes at the commander's flank. A hand appears to catch the blade barehanded, sending sparks flying. I will not try to voice over the screen. Sorry about that, okay? But you can see that as an act of kindness of me saving you from the cringe. With a twist of her wrist, SOP 2 rips the Nito's arm clean off. He kicks it away before riddling it with bullets. You dare come near the commander, you trash! Another white Nito's blade pierces through her shoulder from behind. Go to hell. You bastard, you bastard, you bastard, you bastard! SOP 2 whirls around and headbutts her attacker right in the face. Then she bites into her throat and with a blood-curdling crunch tears it apart. More Nitos swarm her, blades plunging into her frame. What the hell? Die! But she does not stop. She doesn't even slow. Oh my god, yeah, SOP is also another beastly one. Perhaps even more beastly than Boy Masner, just not as strong. He grabs their weapons and snaps them with a furious howl, then funnels the Nitos with the blunt weapons. Even as her body becomes a concussion, she does not fall back. Not a single step. Out there. Louder. Stop 2. Row 635 fends off the enemies close to her and tries to reach Sop 2. But Sop 2 is pierced through the chest and collapses limply through the floor. Morido appears behind her, retracing her mechanical claw. What a squealer. I'm not letting anyone through to disturb father. A gust of force strikes from the side. Morido dodges out of reflex, just in time to avoid the mangled white needle thrown towards her. AK-15 follows with a kick, destroying Morido's mechanical claw before she can steady herself. Going somewhere? AK-15 glances at Sop 2, who is struggling to stand. After a moment of silent deliberation, she decides against pursuing Morido further. Instead, she plants herself in front of Sop 2, holding the line against the swarm. I can't handle it. With AK-15 repelling most of the needles, a brief opening appears towards the operating theater. Commander, the path is clear. Good. Standing at the entrance of the passage, the commander turns around to look back. The lad is now a hellish target. Sop 2 is trying to stand with broken legs. AK-15 is fighting both Morido and countless Nitos alone. Row 635 takes damage while covering the commander's approach to the passage entrance. AR-18 and Stevens M520 are still battling hard at the other end of the lab. All this was started because of him. Bro, stay humble and help the others. Commander, we don't know what's ahead. It's okay. You have done enough. I will finish this. The commander looks at Bro. His usually sentimental doll seems to be struggling to find the words to express her feelings. We will wait for you. Right. Hopefully we'll get to go home together. A promise that will never come true. The commander unlocks the safety on their handgun. They advance towards the operating theater without looking back. Behind them, Row 635 stands stalwartly at the choke point, blocking the entrance with her petite frame. In the face of another wave of Nitos, she readies all the weapons and explosives she is carrying. Now, count up your sins. The commander goes down the passage filled with smoke and littered with corpses. Then kicks open the door at the end. The lab reeks of disinfectant and blood. The man has his back to the commander as he slams his fist angrily on the operating table. Why? Why did it fail? Should have been flawless. Why won't you respond? William. On the table lies a familiar figure, but she appears to be utterly lifeless. Where did it go wrong? Could I have done the wedge differently? William paces over to a chair and slumps into it. He grabs his hair in despair. Face that expression. He behaves as if all creatures, big and small, must obey to him. It's nauseating, aggravating, infuriating. The commander's last remaining shred of reason snaps in a blaze of hatred. William. William looks up. You are... No words, no verdict. Only gunfire spews from the commander's Makarov. Oh, let's let me go. Although sadly I know this is probably not going to kill him. Bling. But the bullets are deflected midair by two black Mythos that appear out of nowhere. I fucking knew it, because it's never that easy, is it? The commander reloads without pause, then keeps firing relentlessly at the part of William's body that the Mythos cannot defend. Bullets whisk through the air, grazing William. One of the Mythos throws herself over him to shield him completely, while the other lunges at the commander with her sharp blades. Roll, shoot, dodge. The commander fights with everything they have, pushing their human body to its very limits, but it's still overcome by the black-clad figure. Their pistol is knocked out of their hands, and they are pinned securely to the cold, hard ground. What a nonsense. William kicks the Mythos, shielding him aside impatiently. He slowly climbs to his feet, walks over, and peers down at them. You came to kill me. You shouldn't have any dolls left. He pulls out the commander's communicator and scrolls through it. Ah, I see. A handful of non-IOP stragglers. You honestly think you could come after me with just this lot? That's a bit insulting, don't you think? I've always been interested in you. Care to discuss the new world with me? Love to hear what your corpse has to say about that. The commander looks up defiantly. The fire is still burning in their eyes. How are you going to kill me with those broken dolls of yours? You're nothing but a vermin fending off my brilliance. You have won a handful of honors and achievements, and now you consider yourself my equal? William walks towards the doorway with open disdain. Moments later, a white Mythos, her body devastated, yet still capable of moving, taps him and hands him something. William takes it casually, weights it in its hands twice, then tosses it at the commander's feet. It's a battered, blood-stained loudspeaker, taken from row 635, from not long ago. It now warped beyond recognition, smeared with enough blood to tell the story of the brutal fight its owner has just endured. Your little hero, let's pretend ends here, Commander. Don't have time to keep playing games with you. She's waiting for me. The commander breaks free from the Black Needle's restraints, picks up the damaged loudspeaker and carefully wipes away the grime with their sleeve. They clip it behind them, then retrieves the communicator William had thrown aside. Nearly all dolls are offline. Oh, stops you. A final faint signal crackles through the comms.
This is 9. Commander. Mission accomplished. But in order to cover me, what if I just...
UMP-9's voice is broken, uneven. She's clearly in bad shape.
I am on the rooftop now, Commander. The enemy will reach me soon. Looks like we missed the final showdown after all.
No. 9. We have been fighting together all along.
Exactly what 45 said.
The sound of a door being stormed and the chaos that ensues can be heard from her end.
Alright. This is it, Commander. I will leave the rest to you.
Sure. Leave it to me. The connection cuts out, and the final signal vanishes. The world falls completely silent. William walks back over, patting the commander's shoulders like an old friend. What's wrong? Have you given up, Commander of Griffin? What happened to your plan? Your hope? Aren't you going to hear what my corpse has to say? Hey. You're standing too close. Without warning, the commander's fist slams into William's face. Blood bursts from his features. The Nitos in the room instantly subdue the commander again, but a silver ring slips from their hands. What? A blinding white light devours everything. There's no fucking way this is the end. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This is not what happened. Because... Let me just keep reading. There's still a lot of story to go through, though. On the rooftop of the Stasi headquarters, violent tremors surge from deep underground, as if the black dragon Needhog has broken his chains and begun tearing at the roots of Yggdrasil. UMP-9 lies collapsed on the ground, her frame damaged beyond repair. The enemies around her falter in panic at the apocalyptic scene. She tilts her head back, gazing up at the dim sky, a quiet, relieved smile on her face.
Such a short, planting all those explosives. At last, the plan worked. Commander, 45. We'll be seeing each other again soon, right?
Seconds later, The Stasi headquarters erupts in a massive chain explosion centered on the elevator shaft. Flames surge upwards from below like Surtur's sword of fire, devouring floor after floor, turning the entire building into a towering inferno before it collapses in a thunderous roar. The order of the old world, along with all it stands, is reduced to ashes. The flames of annihilation rise into the night like a brief dying sun. All of Paradise and the Stasi's secrets, along with the remains of those nameless heroes, are buried forever beneath the ruins. A comet strikes the moon. A white rainbow pierces the sun. You have never lacked dignity or courage. For your ideals, no matter how torn the path ahead, you press forward without hesitation. The idea of practicing prudence and self-preservation seems almost like a luxury you never afford yourself. Like Icarus, flying towards the sun, like Achilles charging into Troy. However, dying for one's beliefs is easy. Living according to them, that is far harder. You should not have met your end here, in such a careless exchange for a life unworthy of your sacrifice. Nevertheless, I will remember your epitaph. Life is so short. You only have enough time to become a brave soul. Bad ending. 1. I fucking knew it. There was no way that this was all canon. There was just no way. I fucking knew it because it didn't make sense. It would not make sense according to the events of GFL2 and the information we have available. That's dangerous. So that means the story has multiple endings then. Huh. Okay. Alright. We have multiple endings, huh? Achievements points. Go. Redacted. 2064. White Zone, Frankfurt. Several weeks after the Battle of Frankfurt, the buildings damaged in the war still linger across the city, like scabs over wounds. Careful, the base of that crane isn't stable. Don't try to lift it that much at once. Got it. I will stay back. No telling what's buried under the rubble. He dug up an unexploded bomb while clearing the streets in Mainz the other day. Lucky it didn't go off. Construction workers moved through the streets and alleys, preparing for the city's reconstruction. They are tasked with clearing every scar, and scars, by nature, can always split open again without warning. Lift! As the crane carefully hoists the heaviest steel beam from the collapsed structure, 2 gray bodies beneath it send a chill down the workers' spines. Main gods, how did these get missed? They are children, judging by their size. They cling to each other, their lives taken by the flames of the explosion. The older one holds the smaller tightly, an act of kindness and courage, preserved in their final moment. Call the police and handle that. Police? I thought I saw them nearby just now. Those guys, they are not the police. That's the army. Soviets? How long are they planning to stay on our turf? Aren't they all under that URNC now? Who knows what they are up to? Hope this doesn't mean more trouble. No idea, but I've got a bad feeling. War is over, but life hasn't gone back to the way it was. They glance again at the bodies hanging beneath the prey. The victims resemble a charcoal sketch brought into 3 dimensions, frozen amid the ruins of the aftermath. In a narrow alley beside the ruins, armed URNC soldiers have already arrived at the entrance. For practice efficiency, they split into squads under their leader's signals and surround the building. On a rooftop, not far away, 2 figures observe the scene. Hidden perfectly in the shadow beneath a water tank, they appear like discarded fragments of the structure itself. They're concentrating their forces here. Looks like they are preparing for a full-scale sweep. No heavy weapons spotted yet. 404 should be able to break out even if surrounded. That would have been true before. Don't forget, they have lost their most important assets now. It might not matter to you, but 416 is their indispensable plate. Let's rendezvous ahead of time. We have to make sure the item gets delivered to them safely. Meanwhile, in the basement of a building, Kalina and the others remain unaware of the situation outside. Long time no see, Colin. Fluctuating, huh? M16? Seeing the figure emerge from the hidden door, Kalina finds herself at a loss for words, despite all the questions stumbling in her head. Just stand there. Come in and have a seat. Make yourself at home. How about a drink? Stop joking. Where the hell have you been? You have any idea everyone's out there is looking for me? Yeah, I know. They're trying a lot harder to catch me than they are you. What? Wait, what? They are trying a lot harder to catch me than they are you. What? I think this was a typo. I think it was meant to say they are trying a lot harder to catch me than you are, or something. You... Kalina bites her lip. I'm glad you're okay. Alright, since everyone's here, I will explain.
Kalin, you have already heard about the commanders defying the protocol and launching the final assault, right?
Okay, so this is right after Kalina saw the commander being taken by Hadi. We are still following a chronological order from the events, from the main line of events of which these whole event started. The bad ending from before, it was just a slight deviation. A what if scenario if the commander just went straight ahead right after the Needhawk protocol was activated. Right. Such an odd place to put that ending though, because the event starts with the commander in the hotel room, but then that bad ending right there, it goes all the way back when the Needhawk protocol starts and just ends before the moment that the commander is even captured, quote-unquote, by Javier. Such a weird place to put that bad ending. I wonder if it was even actually so awkward that I wonder if it was even necessary to put it there. You know? I think if you wanted to keep the chronological order, that segment of the story should have been put in way before. Not on this, not in chapter 15.9. Maybe 15 points. Actually, perhaps it would be better in the first part of chapter 15, right? The one that's with the botched ending. I think it would make more sense to put it there instead of here, but whatever. What do I know?
Yes, Tokarev told me. Speaking of it, Tokarev and the others... It's okay, Kanina. Someone will recover their neuroclouds. Don't know who exactly, but the commander would never abandon a single Griffin doll. They're short on manpower, and they are valuable assets. Can't fucking read. Odd as it sounds, I would really like to have them repaired and back in action soon. If only we could fix 416 too. My workload's gotten so much worse without her.
I'm sure it has been difficult for you, Sleepo people.
416's been working hard enough already. Let her rest for once. Anyway, since you know about the Needhawk protocol and the commander's final decision, I will continue. Unfortunately, in that operation, we failed to kill William. The reason's unclear, but one thing is certain. The commander has no intention of giving up. And after the operation, they realized that the elite Nitos we destroyed weren't all of William's remaining forces. William, or rather Paradius, still has numerous hidden labs and factories in Frankfurt.
Dude, I keep wondering where they take all the resources to be building these Nitos. You know what I mean? Like, because they have almost a seemingly infinite supply of Nitos and D-dolls and whatever. Like, where the fuck does this all even come from? It's just like they have some black magic circle somewhere, and they just keep summoning, invoking some infinite resources from another dimension.
Based on our intel, they all belong to Oberstein, and they are gradually coming back online. What? We were shocked too. Mostly that the commander found out before we did, but it's true. Looks like someone important is backing William. In other words, Problem isn't that's Brat anymore. Herodio's secret supporter. That's our real enemy. Exactly. He's the one helping William reactivate those facilities. You mean Griffin Lions? Hero. Why would he side with Paradios? Because he's a filthy liar, a madman, and a politician. He wants all of Paradios' technology and research. And what the commander and we need to do now is make sure he never gets it. I feel like I have missed too much. But if the commander has chosen to fight, then I will help them. I finally found them again. I'm not letting them go off alone again without knowing anything. I will stay by their sides. I will fight with them. What a touching confession. If I were the commander, I would have fallen for you already. Sadly, the commander seems to be a robot sexual. Sadly, the commander doesn't seem to have any interest to sleep with anyone that isn't a T-doll. Fall for... No, that's not... Relax, I'm just joking. Surely you don't think anyone hasn't noticed, do you? That's not it. I was just... startled. Anyway, where is the commander now? Are they safe? As the hero of Frankfurt, they are under heavy protection. We are actually the ones in danger here, not them. Also, I will not let it go. Just the somewhat of a confirmation that even Kalina is. I mean, not that it is surprising. I'm not here being like, what, Kalina, what? Because, come on, let's be honest. To reach these points, like, have you seen how far Kalina has gone for the commander on both GFL 1 and GFL 2? Hearing that she might have a thing for the commander is really not surprising at this point. I mean, honestly, who is surprised at this point? Just like Leva just said. Just like how Leva just said, surely you don't think anyone hasn't noticed, do you? She's 100% right at that point. I mean, sure, you could have brushed off as like, oh, we are just companions, and that would be fine, but either way, it's just not surprising. We are actually the ones in danger here, not them. Yeah, your RNC forces have been chasing us non-stop. We have been on the run every day. Can't even remember the last time I slept properly. Just then, a rhythmic knock sounds at the door. Kalina tenses immediately. Who is it? Relax. That rhythm, it's one of ours. Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, you need to move again soon. You are Miss AK-12? But weren't you... A long time no see, Kalina. I'd love to catch up, but there's no time. Your RNC forces are moving in. Hetsu, we shook them off, didn't we? I can't
can't walk anymore. Someone carry me, please, and thank you. Oh my fucking god, sleeper people.
They are the URNC's regular army units. Won't be easy to evade their search. We'll have to keep relocating. Understood. Get ready, 9. Georgie 11. Also, take this. AK-12 hands Kalina a communicator. What's this? That's what I came to deliver. A certain mysterious figure relaying the commander's orders. We use it to contact you with further instructions. He seems like a nice guy, but does not make him angry. Huh. A mysterious individual. Jane? Kane? Javier? No, it can't be Javier, can it? She did say he, so it's definitely a guy, but... Also, looks like we're going to have another ending. Yippee, yippee, how are things going to go badly this time? Yippee, war and tragedy, yippee. The Real Folk Blues, Part 1. Okay, let me see if I can... Where this one's taking place now. I arrive at the airport, not long after finishing my meeting with Mr. Kruger. A quick glance tells me the AR team is already assembled, along with all their necessary supplies. However, I look around. The lively girl who should be present is nowhere to be found this time. Oh, don't tell me this is a timeline where Kalina dies. From her disease, her elite contamination. Something feels missing. The night sky today is exceptionally clear. For some reason, a night like this feels perfectly suited for saying goodbyes. Commander, what's this mission about? A bright, energetic voice snaps me out of my thoughts. I compose myself and turn around. It's a kind we have never taken on before. Huh? Could it be... I lay the pictures of the objective on the holding area table. Why is it a girl? What is this? Are we supposed to investigate her or protect her? Neither. Our mission is to proceed to Bonesdorf in Berlin, find our targets and bring her to the designated location. You're going to kidnap a girl then? We certainly haven't done anything like that before. Someone will come to pick us up once we acquire the mission objective. Isn't that what they say for every mission? We always end up having to make do on our own way. This is our mission, so what is she doing here? You have your mission and I have answers of my own that I wish to find. This mission is closely linked to Paradise. Dandelion may end up being very helpful. Dandelion stands behind the AR team.
ignoring ST-AR-15's icy glare. I smile weakly. The communicator just happens to ring at that moment. 1 second. Understood. I head to one side and look at my communicator. The latest report on Kalina's status from the hospital where she's warded. The moment I see the sender, my heart skips a beat. Then, anxiety surges up uncontrollably, like flames leaking at my chest, until my eyes lock onto the conclusion at the end of the report. Suspected mild bacterial pneumonia, currently receiving intravenous treatment. Further observation required. Rest is advised. Bacterial pneumonia? At current medical standards, that should mean a few days of IV treatment should clear it up, and it's mild. So Colin's fine. Goodness. Goodness. I see. Okay, so this is way back. Way back when she first went to the hospital. These alternative endings are so weird. They're so weird. Their placement is so weird, but I guess let's see where exactly this we went. I clutch the communicator, a wave of relief washing over. Just as I am feeling optimistic about Kalina's condition, I suddenly hear hurried footsteps approach from afar. Commander, didn't you tell me you were going on a mission? I really underestimated Kalina's work ethic and her determination. After confirming there was nothing seriously wrong with her, she discharged herself that very day. Then, after returning to base and learning, I headed for Berlin. Berlin. I can't read. Perhaps I'm starting to get tired. She rushed over immediately. How could you go without me, Commander? I see, so on this timeline, Kalina went with us. Honestly, after everything we've been through, missions like this no longer faze me. Still, Kalina's arrival brings me a sense of reassurance. It's not just me. Everyone from the AR team and Squad 404 seems more at ease with her here. We all know this trip to Germany is a true venture into the lion's den. Compared to the straightforward gunfire of past enemies, facing an unknown threat like this keeps us constantly on edge. Kalina's presence eases the tension, and the atmosphere lightens. Sometimes, it almost feels like we had never left the base. It's not because she doesn't understand the situation. On the contrary, I think she amps up her loveliness deliberately. No matter when, she knows exactly what we need. This sense of normalcy is exactly the support we need right now. And with her here, in certain situations, she's even more helpful than I am. For example, who are you people? None of us can calm the panicked girl. You're not human. What are you doing? What are you going to do to me? They sent you to capture me. Makilium takes out a small knife. Her hands are shaking. Once she realizes the dolls are not humans, she grows even more terrified of us strangers. Stay back! Don't touch me! I won't go back with you. I will never go with you. Calm down, please. Please, calm down, my lady. You're not bad people. Look, I'm not even armed. I'm just an ordinary human. See? Alina approaches her with her warmest, most reassuring smile. Neither a soldier nor a T-dog. She looks even more fragile than the girl herself. Among all of us, she's the one who inspires the least suspicion. I notice Sop too has already circled behind Makilium, but after a brief moment of hesitation, I shake my head slightly. Who exactly are you? You're the good guys, though I know that doesn't sound very convincing. But we really don't intend to hurt you. Look, we have all these T-dolls, all armed. If we wanted to do something, I wouldn't be the one talking to you, right? But I know you're scared. After all, what those people just did to you was horrible. The commander couldn't stand it any longer, so they got you out of there. Alina's words seem to have triggered Makilium's memory, and her face turns pale. But her thoughts also begin to settle. It's all coming back to her. It was me who got her out. They are still chasing us, you know. You don't want to be caught again, do you? But don't worry. Kalina steps closer again, gently taking the hand that grips the knife. Makilium startles, but only out of fear that she might accidentally hurt Kalina. Be fine with the commander here. Even if the sky falls, the commander will hold it up for us. Commander? Say, how long are you planning to keep chatting? Did you forget we got pursuers behind us? Right. We will talk somewhere safe. If you're willing to trust us, please come with us. Makilium's gaze shifts between Kalina and me. In the end, faced with Kalina's irresistible smile, she nods. I wonder how this will go wrong, though. Either the commander will die again, or Kalina will be the one this time. Because so far, things seems to be going so smoothly. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic. sorry. Temporary command post, Berlin. Your name is Achilles. Is that correct?
Yes. What about you? Who are you?
You can call me Robin. Oh, this all over again. You know, sometimes I get surprised by how much Machidium left a mark on the commander. Like even 10 years later on GFL2, he still remembers her. And I don't mean like, oh, he still remembers her. I don't mean to say that as if she's a nobody. Like what happened to her was very sad, and it's very lamentable that she had died that way. Knowing how many people around the commander has died, I'm quite surprised by how dearly the commander remembers her, even though their time together was so brief, is what I mean.
Robin. I see. In any case, you did save me.
The commander looks up from the information on the tablet and carefully studies Machidium's appearance. She's still a little groggy and confused from the forced sedation. She looks practically identical to the picture of Mordor, but her temperament couldn't be any more different. Is Mordor just that good at disguising herself? Or is she really somebody else? Forgive me for being blunt, but are you a member of Paradise?
I was never part of Paradise. I am just an ordinary person.
For what I know, there is a girl from Paradise who looks just like. You have heard her name before. Mordor. What is your relationship with her? I remember your reaction. You seemed repulsed. What is your relationship with her? Or are you her? Perhaps.
I have only one name, Machidium. The only thing people call me. If I must speak of her, it's a name I never want to hear again.
So you're not her?
Where all my life.
So you refuse to disclose the nature of your relationship with her?
Maybe I will never know your real name, but I have no reason to lie to you, Robin. I don't care about her secrets. I don't want to know them. I want nothing to do with her for the rest of my life.
Then, why are you in Bohmsdorf?
You know that already. I have told you right off the bat. I was there to treat Aelid patients.
Why?
There's no why to it. Since I have the ability to do so, I ought to use it to treat refugees in need.
Staff Manor hasn't been around for that long. Where were you before you came here? Treating patients somewhere else?
You could say that.
How exactly do you do it? To my knowledge, there is no existing medical cure for Aelids. And yet you are somehow capable of it. I saw it with my own eyes.
All you want from me is information regarding the cure to Aelids. You can just bring the patients to me and I will save them.
I'm sorry, but you seem to have misunderstood. I don't actually have any friends or family who require Aelid's treatment. In fact, every Aelid patient you cure, someone I wish you could save.
I don't understand then. Why have you brought me here? Many have tried to abduct me because of my ability to treat Aelid. Either their loved one is ill, or they wish to profit from my ability. If the former doesn't apply to do, then it must be the latter.
I'm not interested in money.
We haven't known each other for long, but I believe you. If you truly don't have any ill intentions, then please let me go. There are still many patients waiting for me. I genuinely wish to help Aelid patients. Not just the residents of Bohmsdorf, but also others all over the world.
I have deep respect for your aspiration, but there is a creak as Kalina pushes the door open.
Commander, I have organized the intel about Bohmsdorf. Hello again. Hello.
Machileon visibly relaxes at the sight of the friendly young woman. But Bohmsdorf isn't a place worthy of them. The commander takes the file that Kalina has brought in with. As you said yourself, people tend to approach you for two reasons. Let me tell you. The residents of Bohmsdorf are both desperate and opportunistic. If you don't believe me, here's all the proof you would want.
I compiled the dossier myself. I will find all the intel sources listed in there. There's no doubt about it. Miss Machileon, I am afraid they have deceived you.
Machileon reads the file silently. Sorrow flickers across her face. For a brief moment, but then it's gone.
How... What do you know about Moradon? You fought off Paradis forces while bringing me here. What exactly are you?
I can't divulge our identities for now. But one thing is certain. We are enemies of Paradis. You want to know why we have brought you here? Here's why. We do not wish to exploit your ability or to profit from it. The only reason we sought to see you out is because you are the spitting image of Moradon, and we are certain Moradon is part of a much larger conspiracy concerning Paradis. We are here to destroy Paradis. Nothing more.
And I personally believe you, Miss McKillian. I have seen this Moradon's photo, and even if you look exactly like Moradon, I don't think you are a bad person. So there must be more to it. We won't force you, but if you're willing to tell us anything, maybe we can stop Paradis and their evil plots. We can help more people, just like you want to.
Makilium closes her eyes and ponders what she's just been told. After a brief silence, she opens them again. They are now brimming with resolve.
I understand. I don't know how much I can help, but I will do my best. Miss Colin, Robin, thank you for believing me. I believe you too.
There's such a bitterness to all of this because we know how Makilium ended, right? At least in the timeline that we follow. So seeing her again just it brings this stinging feeling, right? Like an awkwardness to it, a bitterness below your tongue. Makilium's past is even more tragic than we imagined. After witnessing our battle with Paradis, and with persuasion from Kalina and myself, she finally agrees to cooperate. But her memories are chaotic and fragmented. Even she herself can't make sense of them. So, for efficiency, we have Dandelion attempts to access them directly. Makilium seems unusually distressed when she first sets eyes on Dandelion. She calms down under Kalina's reassurance. Well, yeah, because Dandelion has the spitting image of a needle. Of course, she would be unusually distressed. After all, the body that Dandelion currently inhabits once belonged to a needle exactly. That oversight is on me. If Makilium hadn't witnessed our battle with Paradis earlier, that would have been tricky to explain. In any case, we end up uncovering something far more serious through Dandelion's memory search. Paradis is plotting something even bigger than her. After reporting these to the Earl, I receive an invitation that interrupts the investigation. Tina's Owl, downtown Berlin. Pleased to finally meet you, Captain Toy. And the AR team current command, Also in charge of Area SO9 under Griffin's jurisdiction. Pleased to meet you, Commander. I'm Anna Viktorovina. Sorry. But you can just stick to calling me Anje. Seriously? We have to do this. Protections are totally in order, don't you think, Anje? After all, this is the first time you're actually meeting face to face. I didn't expect you to tag along, but it's for the best. You can't have too many dependable people by your side. That said, Anje's face darkens as her gaze lands on the other person at well, isn't that a little bit awkward? Out of respect for you, I didn't shoot straight away. So tell me, where exactly are you playing at? Please calm down, Miss Anje. Miss McKillian is a totally different person from Moridol. Awkward, so awkward. Ignoring both Kalina's reassurance and McKillian's apparent guilelessness, Jesus Christ, Anje simply continues to scowl at the commander. You honestly buy that load of bullshit? Hey, take it easy. Let me explain. Alright, go on then. I let out a sigh and proceeds to make my case bleakly. First of all, the way I see it, whether she is Moridol or McKillian is beside the point. Regardless of who she is, you obtained intel from her. Even if the intel cannot be verified and there's no telling if we are walking into a trap, we mustn't take the risk. It's better than running around like headless chickens. Second, to answer your earlier question, I can only tell you that I also believe her. You... Don't fly off the handle just yet. I know a lot happens between you and that neat Bremen. That's why I have brought her here for you to see for yourself. No matter who she is, I'm sure you have many questions for her, don't you? Let's say Miss McKillian really is one of the bad guys. Right now, Task Force D5, the AR team, and Squad 404 are all outside the bar. If she means the three of us humans are harmed, we are utterly at her mercy. Isn't that right? That was pissing me off so much. Why would 12 agree to letting you bring her here? In the end, Kalina and I managed to convince Anje to concede. She cocks her head to one side and gazes at McKillian. McKillian cowers a little under Anje's piercing stare, but Kalina gives her hands an encouraging squeeze. Fine. Let's have a chat then. Berlin prison. How are things on your end? Almost all sorted out. Is the fight done as well? Yeah, they have cleaned up pretty much everything. This should be the last. Right. I nod and let out a sigh of relief.
Robin, I'm so grateful for you and Miss Anja's help. If it weren't for you, I can't even imagine.
Machiavellian walks up to me and Ange without thinking. Ange clicks her tongue in annoyance, making Machiavellian flinch like a spooked cat.
Miss Anja, you scared Miss McKillian.
Well, I think she knows that, Kalina, honestly.
You still not believe her at this point?
Honestly, I find your attitude mind-boggling, Commander. If you were a special agent, you would have died long ago. So, what if you turn out to be right this time? You may not be so lucky next time. Keep up a healthy dose of suspicion and skepticism. It will prolong your life.
I'm sorry.
Make pointless apologies if you're done nothing wrong. Ange walks away from Achillian, leaving her to ponder the remark. I watch Ange as she lights a cigarette off to the side. She seems a little morose.
That I don't understand how Miss Ange feels. But I also sympathize with Miss McKillian. It's okay. Miss AK-12 told me a little about what happened in Bremen. It did sound like something Moradol would do. It's only natural that she loads me, having suffered at Moradol's hands. Not true. It had absolutely nothing to do with what Moradol did. I don't really understand what's the relationship between you and that Moradol. But it doesn't matter if you're sisters, clones, or even mother and daughter. You're not responsible for someone else's wrongdoing. You are your own person. You think so?
Yes, so don't let it bother you. In fact, Ange is already convinced that you're not Moradol. She's... well... that's just the way she is. Yeah, that's just the way I am. Deal with it. Jesus Christ. Ange may be standing away from us, but she has clearly heard every word of our conversation. This whole thing, this whole route right now is just so peaceful. That it really is making me wonder how exactly things are going to go wrong here. Oh, no, actually, you know what? You know what might actually go wrong? Maybe, because the moments that moment in time where Machiavellian dies, when they were trying to invade the Paradise base, is that where the commander is going to die? If the commander is going to die, is that the moment it will? Because we are focusing a whole lot on Machiavellian right now, which makes me think that she's definitely going to be a big, important piece on this. And I know the commander was supposed to die inside that base because of previous events. I don't remember if it was the Cartesian Theater or something like that. But I know that on that moment there was a little a little hand of Lunasia there to manipulate the commander's destiny. She pipes up a little exasperately, as if in rebuke, or maybe just to gripe. Kalina sticks her tongue out at Anje. Then she exchanges a look with Makilian and winks at him. Even though Anje's stance has not really softened, Makilian can't help but let out a soft chuckle. Alright, here we go. How bad is this going to be? How bad? just give it to me, game. Just give it to me. The Real Folk Blues, Part 2. Because of Makilian's presence, Anje and I end up operating together most of the time. The conspiracy hidden within Makilian's memories threatened the safety of millions in Berlin. After learning the details, Anje naturally cannot ignore it. But in truth, she is also pursuing another lead of her own. She never lets up her investigation into Dr. Gray, all while working with us to dismantle the bombs scattered across the city. Her methods are extreme. Extreme enough that even I find them hard to stomach. I try to persuade her not to rush. Thanks to Makilian, we have already grabbed hold of Paradil's tail. If we keep pressing forward, they will eventually slip up. And sure enough, we trace everything back to that familiar mansion. And inside, we find a name we all recognize. Just as Dandelion is signing in exasperation, that's Dr. Gray, or rather, that's Paradil's Needle, arrives and has the mansion surrounded with a large force. Fortunately, through Anja's and my joint efforts, we managed to break through. Outside the hotel in downtown Berlin, the Unity Day celebration. Wait, so he did get out of the base. No fucking, so he's not going to die there, okay. Alright. I stand wrong. I stand corrected. I received correction, then what's going to happen? I take a deep breath, still feeling that. The tie of my suit is pulled too tight, making my neck uncomfortable. As I fidget awkwardly, the rear door of the door of the van swings open, and familiar figures step out. AJ, my man. You got things covered here. You're really not going in with them. No matter how I disguise myself, there's no way I can blend in with the wait staff. I'll leave that to the young ones. Say that like you're an old granny. You're still young too, you know. Wanna die? No. Please stop arguing. Where's Colin? I watch the bickering group, but my infiltration partner is nowhere to be seen.
Don't be shy. Come on out and let the commander see. Oh wait, don't pull me. I will come out myself. Amidst laughter and the rustle of fabric, Maquilium jumps out of the van first. And behind her, she tugs along a hesitant figure. See? The commander's waiting for you. Miss Maquilium. Oh, she looks so cute. She looks so cute. And the whole thing would be so cute if I knew that if I didn't knew that this probably is a bad ending. I mean, this is definitely a bad ending, right? Something's gonna go wrong at some point. Oh, this is so embarrassing. With a gentle pull, Maquilium finally drags the blushing young woman into the light. A perfectly tailored black and white maid outfit, a lace-trimmed headpiece framing her signature ginger hair. The usually energetic girl now clutches her skirts helplessly. Cheeks red as ripple apples, unable to even meet my eyes. Why is she so embarrassed about this? She walks around the base griffin, wearing a massive cleavage and a very short skirt, and yet she's embarrassed from wearing a maid's outfit. What kind of logic is this? For a moment, my mind goes completely blank. I've never pictured what Kalina, who's always bustling around me, would look like in a maid outfit. Commander, don't laugh and stop staring at me like that. Hey, I'm not laughing. Just, you look great. The words come out awkwardly, and my face feels warm. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's going on here? It's really suits you. Huh? Finally, snapping out of her chaw, Kalina straightens up and smooths out her skirts with faint composure. We're here for a mission, not a costume party. If you're ready, let's move. Anja's ill-timed interruption ruins the moment. God fucking damn it, Anja. She rolls her eyes at us, then tosses a device to right. You remember what to do? Of course. Approach and investigate Rudolph von Obersheim. Pay special attention to his connection with Perdius. Animation is under his name and his ancestral home. He's definitely involved. Personally, I would prefer to slow down and cool off for a bit. After your little stunt at Dimension, Stasi support has basically been cut off. Surveillance van's been rotting in storage. Never thought we would use it again. It's the closest we ever gotten to Paradox. We might even be nearing their hearts. We can't let this go. Indeed. Even after the Earl repeat, what the fuck are you doing here? Sorry, it took me a time to process it. Because usually I stare at the text and only have their sprite on my peripherals. So it took me a few seconds to process. I guess it would make sense, right? Because by this time she has not yet betrayed Anja. RPK-16 has not yet betrayed Anja by this point. Indeed. Even after they repeatedly told you to stay out of it, you still want to listen. Classic Anjay. Don't bring him up. That old goat's definitely hiding something. Still, I didn't expect you would actually manage to get the commander and Miss Kalin inside. The Stasi was no help at all. I hacked the system and altered the duty roster myself. The Unity Day celebration is an important occasion, but with the Stasi authorization, it shouldn't have been difficult to plant 2 extra people among the waitstaff. But our effort was met with unexpected resistance. It was probably some kind of intervention. I also almost got caught when hacking the system. For the first time, I ran into electronic warfare units nearly as good as me. They are probably the best there is. Oh my god. They are probably the best there is, other than yours truly. And the strangest part, it's almost as if they knew I was coming. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright. Okay, I think I know what's about to happen here. Fuck you, 16. Honestly. Fuck you. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. Alright, you two, getting there. Watch for the signal. Relay anything immediately. We'll support you from here. Got it. Robin. When you get back, I want to take you somewhere. Where? A place that's very important to me. Come on, Commander. Let's go. The banquet is about to start. Wait. Kalina pushes me forwards. I give him a unapologetic smile before leaving with her. Stupid Commander. Oh man. This fucking sucks because you know something really bad's about to happen. Especially with fucking RPK 16 around. Bitch. Fucking bitch. Jesus Christ. Well, it all will go down because of her probably. Banquet hall. At the banquet, Kalina stands quietly in a corner like an ordinary maid, watching the powerful figures exchanging toasts. This McKinney is already so unfortunate, and I still got all jealous of her. How awful of me. It's not the commander's fault. How the fuck is that my fault? I didn't do anything. If they hadn't caught me off guard, I wouldn't have panicked like that. They're just complimenting me, then immediately got all personal with Miss McKillian. Oh my fucking god. But her mood lifts slightly as she recalls the commander's expression earlier. She looks down at her outfit.
Lifting her skirt gently, she hums a jolly tune and taps her heel in a little jig. Oh my gosh, she's so bright. She's so full of joy and whimsy. Fucking damn it, I didn't want her to had to go through everything she went through. And then put 10 years away from the commander and her trying to support them from far away into account, and it's just it just sucks, you know. It really does. No. This is the time for that. I'm here on a mission. She taps her earpiece to make sure that the signal is clear. Then, with a deep breath, she steps into the crowd. The ballroom glitters with gold and crystal. Chandeliers cast soft light across every guest, illuminating perfectly composed smiles. Champagne and fine cuisine scent the air. Classical music flows, everything appears flawless. And we are the most inconspicuous details in the painting. Alina moves gracefully through the crowds with a silver tray. With a flawless smile, she nods demurely at every guest she serves, as if she's been doing this for years. Meanwhile, I work on the opposite end of the hall, pouring wine, clearing plates. Occasionally, our eyes meet, then quickly part, so as not to draw any attention. The clock ticks on. We have identified nearly every guest, but the most important one still hasn't appeared. This sucks. We group behind a quiet pillar, where Kalina pretends to pick up a new serving tray. Well, it's no good. I checked the main hall, side rooms, and the upstairs lounges. No sign of Oberstein at all. Is he even coming? Same here. Are you sure your intel is solid? Impossible. It's practically the star of the show tonight. He should be making speech soon. How could he not be there yet? Did we overlook something? I have a bad feeling about this. Just as we are all puzzling over how to proceed. Hello? We turn. A boy in a small suit, no older than 12, looks at us nervously. He seems a bit timid and helpless. I notice a pin on his lapel of an exquisite yet somewhat familiar design. I believe it's a griffin. How could we help you, young sir? I'm looking for the restroom, but I got lost. Halina and I exchange a glance. She steps forward warmly. Don't worry, I will take you. With a gentle smile, she takes his hand and leads him away down the corridor. I watch them disappear around the corner, then redirect my focus on the mission. Anje, do you copy? The target still hasn't appeared. I suspect the plan has changed. Requesting new instructions.
Hold position. Oberstein's cautious. Our previous movements might have tipped him off. Times like this, we must not panic. Her voice cuts out abruptly, replaced by the sound of a rapid typing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There it is. I frown, sensing something isn't right. Anja? Listen, forget the mission. Evacuate immediately. Now! Her voice is sharp and filled with unprecedented panic. My heart sinks. What happened? Erling's air defense alarms got triggered. Countless eerie objects approaching at high speed. Their target is... Before Anja can finish, the resounding scream of sirens drowns everything. In that instant, my blood turns cold. A chill runs all the way down my spine, making all my hair stand on end. My first and only thought. Colin. I turn towards the corridor that she has gone down earlier. My mind is blank save for the figure dressed in a maid uniform. But I have barely taken a step. Blinding white light devours everything, followed by deafening explosion. The ground shakes violently, chandeliers shatter. A shockwave tears through the hall, sending glass tables and panicking people flying. My body is hurled into the air. My vision blurs as the world spins all around me. Then, everything goes black. Darkness. Holds endless darkness. My body feels crushed, weightless. Can't hear anything. It's as if I have sunk deep into the ocean. Am I dead? Commander? Commander! Who was calling me? That voice is distant and muffled, but the heart-wrenching cry sounds familiar. I strain towards the source of the voice as my consciousness gradually returns. Orange light flickers into view, illuminating the darkness. Commander, you're awake. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Through my blurred vision, a teary face resolves into clarity. It's Colin, just crying. Colin. Let out a groan, but my voice doesn't sound like my own. Fire rages around us, turning everything the color of sunset. Now that you're awake, we have to go. I will get you out. Seeing that I have regained consciousness, her entire face lights up with hope. She wipes away her tears and musters all her strength to pull me out of the rubble. No matter how hard she tries, my lower body refuses to budge. I finally become fully aware of my own situation, as intense pain shoots through me. My legs are pinned by a collapsed beam. It's no use, Colin. I can't move. No, there's gotta be a way.
Refusing to give up, she frantically tries to push away the heavy steel beam. Her slender fingers soon becomes bruised and bloodied, but she seems utterly oblivious to the pain. Waste your strength. Listen to me. Just go. Get out of here.
No, I'm not leaving you behind. Never.
Be stupid. We'll both die if you stay. Don't you understand? That's an order. I'm ordering you to scram. I bellow with all my strength I have left. The mix of anger, fear, and despair threatens to overwhelm me. I don't want her to die. I can't let her die. Here.
Oh.
She chokes back a sob.
I'm not going. I'm not going.
She stops her futile attempts of moving the beam. She shakes her head and tears start welling up in her eyes again. But this time, she neither argues nor tries to run. She simply kneels down and takes my hand. Her face relaxes into a tearful, gentle, heartbreakingly soft smile.
For once, I won't follow your orders, Commander.
You. All my wrath and exasperation die in my throat as I look up at her smile. All I can do is sign wordlessly. I see now. Nothing I do or say will make her leave. Sadness and a sense of resignation floods over me. But beneath it all, I also feel a trickle of warmth. Idiots. I tried to raise my other hand and wipe away her tears. But I am completely spent. Flames roar around us. It's as if the whole world is burning.
Commander, will you take me with you to the green zone? Or yellow zone? Anywhere? And I stay with you. Always.
I swallowed the gulp of blood in my mouth. My throat burns. I want to. Live an ordinary and happy life. Or as a grieving commander and adjutant. Just two ordinary people who want to be together. Her smile deepens through her tears.
Idiot. You're such an idiot. I wait till now to tell me.
She leans in so that we are touching foreheads to foreheads.
But thank you. Commander, makes me really happy.
The structure rumbles as it starts collapsing above us. More and more flaming debris rain down around us. Death closes in. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's your mind now, right?
With my last remaining strength, I know it. She squeezes my hands. Our fingers intertwine, and our spirits become one. The blaze grows more blinding, the roar of the fire more distant. But her hand is still so very warm, and her smile so very clear. Sleep now. This time, we want to be separated. That ending, too. This possible timeline runs a bit long. That is the nature of the butterfly effect. If, at the very beginning, your descendants had not fallen well, and had come to Germany with you, what would have happened? The answer is surprising. She's just an ordinary young woman, but the impact she has on the chain of events is critical. With her, you build a stronger bond with Angelia, which benefits both of you immensely. You even come close to bringing that unfortunate holy maiden back to the home she dreams of. But there are two sides to every coin. You save your friends, but lose the only chance to expose the conspiracies among certain powers. One daughter never fulfills her purpose and strikes at the heart of Germany. The Englishman fails to fracture the alliance from within. And somewhere beyond your sight, they plunge the world into war again, in the cruelest way possible. But at least, the girl in you confess your feelings. Even if it never truly happens, it's the very moment you're each other's entire world. Fuck my life. Ah. I Jesus Christ. I'm gonna end it here. Here's where your 3 ends. Jesus Christ. This event. My god. Okay, yeah. I have no words, honestly, for that ending. I'm just so glad that none of that happened. You know? Maybe we should be more thankful to Lunasia, actually. Maybe we should be extremely thankful to her that the commander was able to stay alive for that long. Not only him, but Colin too. And others. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. Alright, this is the end of the stream. This is the end. Enough. Tomorrow I will hopefully finish this event. I have been having some trouble to clear the nightmare stage of this one. But I have been doing fine on the others so far, but this one specifically, fuck this stage. I will see if I can clear, hopefully I can clear this tonight. Maybe I don't clear it on the nightmare difficulty, maybe I clear it just on hard, just so I can have the rest unlocked. And then hopefully tomorrow I can finish everything here. And man, fuck that timeline. Jesus Christ. Alright, see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully that's the plan, at least. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Man, fuck that timeline. Jesus Christ. Jesus